Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to vertically and horizontally center anything, whether it's image or text, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this several different techniques, using several techniques. And so here we have an image, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the same results with the text. So let's jump right into the code, and I'll show you guys how to do this. So I'm using Visual Studio Code. I'm using an extension called Live Server. I have two files, index.html and stylesheet.css. And I'm going to do Shift-1 to generate my HTML boilerplate. And inside the title, I'm going to name this CSS Tricks. And I'm going to right-click and open this with Live Server. Okay, so let's also link the style sheet. Okay, so we're going to create a section and then have a class called container. Inside the section, we're going to have a p tag and have a class called content. And we'll just say this is sample text. So that's it for the HTML. We're going to jump into CSS. And inside the CSS, the p tag has a margin by default, and I'm going to reset it back to 0. And I want to let you guys know that all these solutions are cross-browser compatible, even with Internet Explorer. So I just want to say that up front. And the first one we're going to style is the container. And we're also going to apply the technique to centering it in the container as well. So we're going to give it a height of 250 pixels and a width of 350 pixels. And we're going to give this a border of 1 pixel solid. And let's just center it. Okay, so the first technique we're going to use is called Flexbox. So this is very easy and the best choice in my opinion. So we're going to say display flex, align items, center, and then justify content center. There you go. Pretty easy. Doesn't get easier than that. The only thing with this is anything inside this container will also be centered horizontally and vertically, and that may not always be the case for you, what you're doing. So I'm going to show you guys a different way you can do this as well. So I'm going to comment here and say technique 1 for you guys to reference. Technique 1. I'm just going to comment this out. And I'm going to copy this container and just remove the Flexbox part of it. And I'm going to put a comment here saying technique 2. So this is also going to be using Flexbox, but instead of using it on the container level, we're going to use it on the content level. So we'll say content, and we can say display flex, flex direction column. We're going to give it a height of 100% to match the fit to container. And then we're going to do justify content center and align item center. That'll center it vertically. There you go. So pretty simple. The only thing about this, doing it on the content level, is you need to use an HTML block level tag. So something like a p tag or a div, then it will only work. I'm going to show you how it won't work on a image tag, which we're going to jump after this last technique. So technique 1, I'm just going to say Flexbox. And the same thing for 2. Let's say Flexbox container level. And technique 2 is going to be Flexbox content level. Okay, so I'm going to comment this out, copy this container class, and I'm going to write another comment saying technique 3. And this is going to be using transform translate, which is pure CSS. So this is also going to be a cross-browser. So actually, it's transform translate. Sorry, not transform. And this is going to be using position absolute. That's really what the core thing is here, what we're using. So I'm going to copy the container class, and we're going to have the content. So in the container class, we need to add a position of relative so that the absolute can be absolute to the container and not the entire web page. So in the content, we can say position absolute, and then we're going to say top 50%, left 50%. And that's not the entire. So the last thing we need to do is the transform translate. So we can say transform translate. We're going to say negative 50%, negative 50%. There you go. So this will work as well on the content level. And now I'm going to show you guys how to do images. It's going to work the same way, just minor changes. So I'm going to comment this p tag. And here, I'm going to show you just with an image tag. And of course, I'll give you guys a link here in 1 second. Okay, so we're going to be using Lorem Pixum. It's just a image host. And if I copy this link, and I'll put the link in the description so you guys don't have to go online. In the source, paste the link, and I'm going to give this a class of image content, just to give the image some styling. I'll do that below here. We'll give this a height of 200 pixels and a width of 200 pixels as well. And I need to copy a container class. So actually, I'm not going to do that right now. So let's do the first technique. So the first technique has a container, and this will work because it's on the container level. So like I said earlier, this will horizontally and vertically center anything put inside it and everything. So comment that out. Technique 2. So I'm going to uncomment this. So as you guys can see, this won't actually center it. The reason is because this is not a block level HTML tag. So if I put it inside a div and give the div a class of content, you guys will see that it's going to be centered now. There you go. Perfect. So the last thing I will show you is the transform position absolute technique. So if I just comment this out and comment this, there you go. So yeah, adding a div will fix the centering for technique 2 and 3. And the first one doesn't need anything at all. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. I hope it's useful. If you guys have liked the video, please like and subscribe. And let me know if you guys have any questions or comments in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.